Hello, I'm Anatole, and
I am Potato again.
he is Potato always,
Ooh.
and his real name is Min. We are here to do a reaction video for Watchmen Season 1, Episode 4, titled, If You Don't Like My Story, Write Your Own.
Oh.
It's a reference to something. I'll say at the end, but it's a reference to something. And it scored 8.3 on IMDb, which is okay. I was expecting something a little higher, and that's out of about 600 votes, which is good, but not amazing. However, it's only been out for 2 days, the episode. So, Min, you have anything you want to add before we do our reaction?
Let me put some wild guess there. I guess that line is from Ozymandias. If you don't like my story, write your own.
Good guess.
Like because he's trying to construct a play with all his plan and all his conspiracy together.
Oh right, because he's doing the play, the story of Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, that one. Possibly though, but it's very, very hard to catch, just like the other title.
Yeah, in fact, I did not catch the meaning of the reference to that title from the episode itself. I had to watch one of those videos on YouTube where they break down all the secrets of the episode, and then I understood
this
where
is the kind of show where you have to do additional research after you've done with it, huh?
Yeah, so the showrunner, Damon Lindelof, he comes from Lost and from, The Leftovers on HBO, and one of his trademarks is burying lots of Easter eggs in the program, and he's definitely doing it in The Watchmen.
Yeah.
But it's just like what they did in the graphic novel by Alan Moore. Alan Moore buried a lot of details that you would have to reread in order to catch, because there would be so much in one panel and you wouldn't catch it the first time. And sometimes there's something in the panel and you don't even understand it's important, because later in the series the importance of that is revealed, so you have to read it a second or third time to even understand that that was an important detail. So it matches. It's Damon Lindelof's style anyway, and it matches the original source material. So I enjoy all these Easter eggs they're putting in the show. The one thing I wanted to add was something I can't remember, so I'll just have to talk about it later. But there was something I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
I
really?
forget. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I forget what it was. Okay, so that's it. Join us after the intro when we will give you our reaction to Watchmen Season 1, Episode 4, titled...
If you don't like my story, write your own.
Yes, he never lets me down. He always remembers the title.
I got it. It was this close though.
See you in a bit.
Who are these characters, by the way?
Yeah, they're starting with somebody we don't even know.
Yeah.
Good point.
Let's look like Ginny Weasley in Harry Potter.
Who on earth could that be?
7 calories, yeah.
Your lady true.
I sure am.
So did you say the name correctly?
May I come in?
Pronounce the same as true.
80%, but...
You're the billionaire building the big clock down the road.
Exposition.
You two are the most important people in the world.
Are these clocks the clocks we know?
You mean like Clark Kent?
Yeah.
I think it's a reference to that, yeah, Easter egg.
Right, I get it. It's been in your family for generations. Legacy's a big deal.
What's she saying?
Please wait a little bit.
And how's her accent?
Really good.
Among my holdings are thousands of clinics, one being Sooner Fertility Partners.
Thousands of clinics. I guess they don't have market regulation in the world of
Watchmen!
Robert Redford as president. She's kind of crying. I didn't see that before. Oh, sorry. This is my third time watching the video. This is Min's first time. I usually say that at the beginning. I think that's what I forgot to say. When I was watching this, that's the moment where I thought, oh, she's got them now. Who's going to say no if you actually have the baby already made?
Yeah. Well, something dropped by the Kent family.
Yeah.
Kent had be more...
You get what the reference is to?
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to see Superman in the Watchmen, but I think it's not accidental that they gave the name Clark's when they had that falling on the farm.
Yeah, they're both Clarks, and there's something falling on their farm in the middle of the night. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
coincidence? I think not.
More eggs!
And wheelchair.
If you would like to grow this branch, please tap your
And,
father.
you know, actually, this center
Marcus
really
Avon.
exists in our world.
Really?
Yeah, but all this stuff, of course, is just made up for the TV show. Like how they superimpose his face over hers.
Yeah.
You said you wanted me to know where I came from. Now I know.
Who's she talking to?
Herself.
Yes, well, how often do you go to break into someone's house, stop for 10 minutes, and then talk to yourself? Yeah, at first I had problems with how they wrote her character, but I've kind of warmed up to it myself.
Yeah. I do love her. Like, she's a very good, you know, comedian junior.
What? Your car? Fell out of the sky. You're kidding.
I don't kid about things falling out of the sky.
Actually, she does kid about things falling from the sky. All last episode, she told the brick
Yeah.
joke.
Well, she is the comedian junior. What would you expect? But I love it that she does inherit the execution and decisiveness of his father.
My whole thing was that she was never raised by her father, though. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't
You
understand
don't really
this
like it, right?
turn.
Yeah.
But I've warmed up to it. I can see it.
Maybe like after realizing all the thing, the tragic loss and the loss long before realizing it in the
Right.
original series, she looked deep into it and truly inherit her true self.
Are your sisters okay?
I think so. I didn't see that man get shot in the head.
I like that we have this moment where we're seeing these characters,
She developed.
develop and talk about what their feelings are.
More eggs.
Pharaoh, I'm a
That's right, yeah. Eggs are a
That's what she
thing.
said. Because I'm not acting rationally right now, Calvin.
That's got to mean something if she says his
Yeah,
full
yeah.
name and not Cal. When she says Calvin, it's like you know you're in trouble when your parents say your full name.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Topher said that Uncle John didn't go to heaven when he blowed up.
And I'm a young child and I can't act very well.
Then he was a baby, then he was a child, then he was an adult, then he died.
Now he's
No,
everywhere.
there's no
Say it. Ah.
Again.
I can't think of any time in TV where we saw this kind of scene where the parents are telling the
Yeah.
children basically God is dead.
Okay, who wants waffles?
Waffle is an easy way to settle down God discussion.
Who wants their belief in God restored? Me!
My waffle.
Poor bastards rain down on us from another dimension, probably just as confused as we are. 30 seconds of light.
Of course, he's using film because there are no digital cameras.
Yeah.
I love the way that the world, it's there.
Picture, yeah.
They've thought about it, but they don't throw it in your face.
Like they subtly tell you that this is an alternate world.
Right,
but,
right.
But not like in your face.
Right, right.
It's not like, yo, check out this technology. No, just like monitoring all these little changes.
Right.
You know he was a racist.
He was a white man in Oklahoma.
So all white men in Oklahoma are racist?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
possible. Oh, check it out.
He hid it in his closet.
It was his superhero costume.
Yeah, for Halloween.
Can you hold on to it?
He's
for
still
me?
trying to defend Crawford.
Yeah.
Like
So
he can't
the
believe.
FBI lady won't find it.
So the FBI lady won't find it.
Instead, they'll find it on his premises and then think
I
he's the
suppose you don't
Calvary.
want me to
So right, I can totally see the FBI raiding his place, finding
Yeah.
the Ku Klux Klan outfit and the medicine,
And
and
then kill him.
well, pinning it on him at least.
Oh. And he will die just like Rashad.
Maybe.
Like painfully without realizing his ambition.
Yeah, possibly.
That's sad, though.
They totally have set him up to be
Yeah.
the opposite. Well, I mean the counterpart to Rorschach. Really?
Really?
It's a bit much, isn't it? It's a bit much.
Yeah.
The show is pretty realistic, but that was a bit much.
Yeah. If I was Lady Night, I was like, what is it? Where are we?
Yeah, right. Who's writing this script?
New boss.
Oh, that sucks.
See, that's the reaction I was hoping when Lady
Yeah.
True came that you would have if it had been spoiled.
And do you know how 100-year-olds tend to get around, Angela? Wheelchair.
She's such a dangerous lady.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
She's no fool. She's
Yeah.
totally capable of seeing what's going on.
She's even more like that. She's no fool, and she's stressed out on people around that matter.
Right.
Now that could be a coincidence, but however, I think we're talking about a thermodynamic miracle.
Do you remember where that's from?
A thermodynamic miracle.
No.
It's from the original story. It's in the movie too, and John says it to Laurie when they're talking
Yeah.
on Mars.
My ex used to talk about them when he wasn't distracted by fucking quarks.
This I can't believe. I can't believe she doesn't know who this is. It just seems to me an excuse for them to tell more story to the audience.
So, did nuns murder your parents? Or were you raised by nuns after your parents were murdered?
Her
Yeah,
costume.
because she looks like a nun.
Yeah.
He's a great.
Oh, really? And what was your trauma?
See, I can't believe she wouldn't know who this is.
Yeah, she's supposed
Go
to know.
ahead, tell her.
She's a very famous person.
What?
It does look like the thing that Dr. Manhattan built on Mars.
Hello, my name is Bian. I'd be happy to provide you
What does Beyond mean? What does that mean?
There's no meaning in Vietnamese.
my mother
Is it a common name?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a student
It
named
doesn't
Beyond.
even exist in Vietnamese.
Oh, so it's just made up.
Yeah.
Ah, they've been so good too. They've been so good about being accurate with the language and culture.
No, maybe it's a combination that's mean peace. We'll see it later.
Hmm.
Like there's Bên Nong, which means
Wait in the
peace.
car.
And then beyond.
Colossus of Rhodes was so
What does it do?
Tell time.
It tells time.
Right. I can't believe you would go to the expense of building something like that simply to tell time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's subterfuge. It's the cover story for what something else that it's really doing.
So, I understand you think a piece
She's
of our
like-
equipment was used to steal a vehicle?
Well, actually, we found the car. Whoever took it dropped it right back where they stole it from.
Not too many people have the capacity to steal a car from midair.
Yeah.
I remember one from when I was little too. Đủ má mày, kiểu ong mắc kiểu, lái hối đau.
How's her pronunciation?
I haven't heard that one.
Off
It's quite
Yeah.
in the end.
Why'd you have them make him so old?
Because he is old.
in my culture.
He is old. Not he was, he is.
Oh,
There's a lot of meaning here.
Yeah.
We can't. There's so much that we can't really understand anymore. We can't guess anymore. Layer after layer. I do appreciate that they try to use Vietnamese, but that, to that extent, is. What the hell is that?
You couldn't even finish your thought. As soon as you saw that, your thought was
I
done.
saw it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Here's something else you're going to appreciate, Min. When he puts in a record. Right here, you're going to appreciate this. So people who don't know, Min was having a conversation with me just the other night about how he had to cram reggae music because he was completely unfamiliar with it in order for, I guess, teaching. I'm gonna guess that's why.
This is giving me PTSD all over again.
Oh, come on, reggae music's great.
Now that you have to listen to it cramly.
We had a little soiree the night before. You know how things get when you have a wild party. A couple people do drugs, and then the
Yeah,
knives
yeah.
come out, then next thing you know, most of the party's dead.
I don't need it yet.
Bullseye.
Scar.
Yeah. 4 candles on the cake.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
something wrong around this place.
Right. Yeah, the gravity is a little weaker than it should
Yeah,
be.
and there's like a line where after everything it stopped to render.
Right.
Very nice cinematography.
Yeah.
Very nice transformation.
Right. They're connecting that place with the moon, so it may not be on the moon, but they're definitely planting that seed that it's not on Earth.
What are you reading?
Things fall apart.
The title of the episode comes from a quote from that book.
You didn't say any of that.
No, Angela. A lie.
And you hate lying.
I do.
So it's me who's picking a fight with you now.
Yeah. Turning a table, making you be the one defending yourself.
Like, why would you make me lie?
Did you tell her about your accident?
What accident? We don't know anything about accident.
I was in a village. Men came and burned it. And then they made us walk.
Maybe she's a biologically made version of her. That's the memory of Lady Trio.
Right. Some of us are guessing things like that because she also had that.
Get back to bed.
She had that thing in her arm. What was going into her body, and she woke up from the nightmare while she was having that pumped into her body.
Okay. Good night, Mr. Reeves.
Good night, young lady.
What the hell?
So the chance that it was her aircraft that picked up the car is pretty strong now.
The pills, they're passive-aggressive exposition. If you want her to know who you are, just tell her.
So he called those the memory pills. And he says if you want her to remember who you are, why not tell her yourself? Because he wants her to take those pills to remember who he is. Why would she need to remember anything?
And in 3 days, she'll know what I have done. And she'll hate me for it.
So I have some thoughts now. I can't wait till we get to the end and we talk about them. You're looking at one of the aircraft. I can't remember what they're called. I think they have a name, right? All right. Well, join us in a second when we will give our thoughts on this episode. Okay, welcome back. Now this is where we're going to give our thoughts on the episode. I think normally I have you speak first because our normal method is I've seen the episode before and Min has the first reaction, so I like to let him go first. However, I just had a thought that did not occur to me, so in a way this is a way that I can have my first reaction, and I want to share it before the moment goes. So he said that in 3 days, Angela will know what he's done, and we saw those pills, and Will referred to them as memory pills. So, and she also said that the pills, so he left them in the car and then dropped the car so she would find the pills, and that he was being too clever by half by using these pills as a way of getting her to remember. Why would she need to remember? All of us have our memories, unless she is a clone. I'll just spit it out. What if she's a clone and she doesn't remember things about her past because she's a clone of the original Angela Abar? So you remember the night of was it the White Nights where all the policemen were killed?
Yeah.
And only Angela and Cal survived and Chief Coleman. But the moment where we had the flashback of her attack, we saw that she was knocked down by one of the 7th Cavalry and he was about to kill her, and then the memory stopped, and we never saw the moment where she was saved, and they've never showed us how she was saved.
Maybe she died right there.
Yes, and they cloned her. And so Will is using the medicine, he's leaving it as a breadcrumb so that she will try it, and then as a clone, she doesn't remember things from the original Angela Abar. When she takes that, she will regain the memories of the Angela Abar. And so this also leads into Beyond. The internet theory is that is not a clone of
Lady
True, but it's a clone of True's mom. Because why would True have the memory of the village burning? True is just a little bit too young for that. But her mom would have been of the correct age to remember the burning of a village. And so True has cloned her mom. I don't think she's cloned herself. She would be just a little too young. She's just a little too young to have seen that village. She would have to be like in her late 50s to have been a child. Yeah, about late 50s, I think. So she's just a little shy of that age, but her mom would have been a correct age.
No, I strongly agree with that theory, because remember, like when my mom was on the bed of dying, she maybe brought me not to ever leave Vietnam. I found a loophole.
Right.
But the up to this point, that is true. But the sentence next to it is a bait. That is, I brought Vietnam with me.
Right.
But no, she went around doing things in the evening. So what happened? Maybe the loophole is not that she brought Vietnam with her, but now that her mother is no longer dead.
Right. So we do know her mom has passed. That could be the clone of her or her mom. Definitely clone. I think 100% we're guessing clone.
Yeah, that is. Like, there's like the thingy in there,
Right.
too young, being too smart, and having nightmare, having memory not supposed to be had.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Things fit together.
Right. All right, so now that I shared my reaction to the episode, Min, why don't you tell us what your thoughts are?
I really like how they like foreshadowing the use of further Vietnamese element in here, and more we see. In the beginning, it's just like some names of places and a special kind of cake, but now more and more we see how Vietnam is gonna tie into this story. I'm really delightful. However, the language used in here, no matter how like shocking, it's too shocking for me.
What do you mean by the language?
Like they desperately know they purposely use Vietnamese, and very well made Vietnamese as well. Very like pronounced fluently and clear. But to shocking element, it's well, they do deliver the shock.
So how do you think this would play with Vietnamese audience if there are people watching from Vietnam?
They would definitely feel intrigued. They would definitely love it. However, as we have said before in previous episodes, like these kind of shows requires depth that you need to find outside from the show. And Vietnamese viewers are a bit like they don't really have that habit, you know.
Right, and then also just the original graphic novel you can't get in Vietnam. The original movie was banned in Vietnam. This show is airing on Vietnam. I had a subscription to cable with HBO, and I purposely tuned in on the cable to see if it was airing, and it is. So the show is here in Vietnam. People are watching it, but it'll be without the context of the graphic novel or the movie. Min has seen it.
Yes.
We won't say how, but he has seen the movie. A fan of the movie.
Right. It's well, it's really hard to me to think like if we're not veteran, if we were not veteran, without any knowledge of the like Jack Snyder movies, of like the Watchmen, without the graphic novels,
right.
anything, then how would we view those first episodes?
Right.
Very confusing.
I do know because I've seen comments on Reddit and just comments from people. I watched YouTube videos. Part of my preparation, I'm the one that comes in prepared, and Min is the one that gives you the
pure reaction.
fresh eyes. Yeah. I watch commentary and videos that show Easter eggs. But I've seen people posting like, "Oh, I've never seen the movie. I've never read the graphic novel." They're usually very young, but they are intrigued. They're a little lost, but they're intrigued by what they're watching. So I can tell you what the reaction is for people who have no.
Of course, they leave like about a thought too many questions up to this point. Like we're desperately waiting for the answer, but everything stopped at like predicting, theorizing, and that's about it. I'm dying to see more because I'm forgetting stuff from episode 1.
Right.
So it's quite like it needs a rerun. Maybe that's the HBO like strategy to get you watch it all over again.
Not every program. We go over this every time. I think you're too minded on this, but they do have shows that are intentionally meant to be rewatched. Not everything on HBO, but they do have some. And this is
definitely one of them.
Yeah, this is one of them. Yeah, definitely.
Like they leave a lot of questions. Like to fully comprehend, to enjoy it, you have to go back. You have to go to community. You have to look back a lot. Yeah. So I'm glad to see the including Vietnamese culture more and more. The movie in and of itself is no way bad. It's amazing. However, to get it to catch on fire in Vietnam is not.
I don't agree about the movie.
Okay. No. Like the series. Sorry, the series.
Oh,
the series.
Right.
You hate that.
Don't be a hater. Be
You
a
are.
player. All right. Do you have anything else, Min?
That's it.
All right. So we'll draw this reaction and review to a conclusion. I hope you'll join us again on this channel. How do you say goodbye in Vietnamese?
Tạm biệt.
Say it again.
Tạm biệt.
Tạm biệt.
Oh man, just a bye bye.
All right, all right, so farewell until next time. Take care.
See you.